this is kind of interesting. This is from Summer Sports. It's a chart. Quarterback production when trailing versus when leading. X-axis, so across, is when leading. Y-axis, up and down, is when trailing or tied. And P.J. Walker is towards the far end of that, which is not where you want to be. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, a little bit better. Deshaun Watson above the curve and not quite on the correct side of the X-axis. So the quarterback play has struggled. It's been a struggle for anybody that has played quarterback. And as you mentioned, if Joe Flacco starts, they're on their fourth.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been that kind of year for the Browns. I mean, you look at the quarterbacks they played, Deshaun Watson coming off just 6 games over 2 seasons, and, he's going to have, only played a handful of games before going into next season. Then you go to Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who was a 5th-round rookie quarterback, who found out almost less than 3 hours before the Ravens game that he was going to start that game, kind of looked like a 5th-round rookie in that game, but obviously he's looked much more comfortable these last 2 games. And then PJ Walker, who, he had the turnover issues despite leading, impressive wins against the 49ers and the Colts. But the fact that they're 7-4, again, in spite of all these turnovers that the teams commit, in spite of the fact that they just have not gotten consistently good quarterback play outside of, the games against the Titans, Cardinals, and the second game against the Ravens, the second half of that game, I should say, against the Ravens, when Deshaun Watson was perfect playing through that broken shoulder. I mean, they just haven't gotten a lot of production out of the position, and yet they're 7-4. Obviously, the defense has had so much to do with it, that they've been able to shut things down extremely well. Special teams have been good. I mean, Dustin Hopkins has been so good. Imagine where they would be without Dustin Hopkins this season. They're probably not 7-4 without him. But the pieces around the quarterback have stepped up, and they've done their job. And you wonder where this team would be if they had, consistently at least average quarterback play, or if Deshaun Watson was healthy. If Watson's healthy, we're having a completely different conversation. This team's probably, 8-3, possibly really pushing for that division title, whereas now you're looking at, on your potentially 4th quarterback, where you're wondering if this team has enough to hang on and still make it after these final 6 games.